Welcome! I'm so glad you're joining me. For those of you who are just starting, the Orca Swim Show is a weekly show where I bring both information about how the brain works when embarking on change, especially something that is fearful, and we take it to the lab of the swimming pool. After 30 years of teaching in the pool, it's time to hop out of the water and share how the learning works in and out of the water in the same way. The water is a perfect lab to test the learning process because you get fast and immediate feedback along with very satisfying rewards when you focus on the needs of the brain-body connection and not just a list of skills. Then you can obtain lasting and satisfying results. Our pool is a warm 92. Let's hop in and go from regret and missing out to action and freedom.
Welcome to episode number 8, Tips for a Tropical Vacation. Now, this episode we're going to do a little bit differently. It's going to be a slideshow instead of you watching my talking head. Because talking about a tropical vacation, well, it needs pictures. So I'm going to give you some tips and some inside information. I know about this time of year, as the days are getting shorter and the weather's getting cooler, I certainly am looking fondly at those warm tropical places. So let's take a look at what we could do to create an amazing winter vacation. The first thing is to be safe. Now, but what does this even mean? Is it listening to your mom say, be safe, be careful, that makes you want to rebel? Or maybe it's the kind of be safe that has always left you standing on the sidelines. I would say no to both of these. To be safe means you are setting yourself up so you won't panic or freak out. Unless you want to freak out, like riding a roller coaster. Now, if you were to ride a roller coaster, would you do it without the harness? No way. Just like riding a car, you wear a seatbelt, or biking, you wear a helmet. Most of the time, you do not need these, but we still use them all of the time because when the time comes that they are needed, you are very grateful you have them. Simply allow yourself to use the safety mechanisms that are in place. They are there for a reason. The reason is not to limit your fun, but to ensure the safety for the whole activity. The reason why I have this seemingly obvious one in here is because I hear all the time that people say they cannot have fun if they are wearing a life jacket or swimming in a protective coat. The truth is, when you give yourself whatever you need to keep yourself safe from panicking, this allows you to have fun. So bungee cord with a helmet, swim with a flotation device, snow ski with a warm jacket and a helmet, and so on. If you are resisting these things, notice what your beliefs are about it, which takes us to do what is fun for you. Not what others say is fun, or what the committee in your head says is fun, but what is fun for you. Now, I want to tell you about this story of one of our students who she had done some lessons with me, and she was completely committed to the idea of staying present, of getting her safety from herself. And she took this trip to Hawaii, and she didn't know all of the things, but she was totally committed to keeping herself safe and having a good time. So she went out and did this swim with the dolphins tour. And the captain of the boat said, okay, we're all going to get in here and then we'll swim over there and that's where the dolphins will come see us. And she thought, that does not sound fun to me. That sounds like way too much. I'm worried I'm going to lose it. I might panic. And she told the captain that. And the captain kind of harassed her and said, well, you're not going to get your money back and you'll be fine. Just come with me. and I'll keep you safe. And she said, no, does not sound like fun. I'm going to be worried the whole time. So finally they left, and then she was able to ask herself, well, what would be fun for me? And she said, you know what would be amazing is for me to just get in at the back of the boat here. I'm in this beautiful, beautiful place, and I would love to just be in the water and hold on to the back of the boat and feel the waves and be in awe of being in the water. And she did that. And it was wonderful. And she had a really great time feeling the salty water and the sun on her back. And it was amazing. Well, and sure enough, who came over but the dolphins? They came to see her. They felt the energy that she was putting out that was so positive and wonderful. And she was so calm and she was so at home and peaceful that she was actually able to be fully present and enjoy the time with the dolphins. She got to have it all. Be present. You want the most from your vacation. One strategy in the practice of being present is starting at the end before you even leave. Have you ever had the experience where you start feeling good before you leave on vacation? Or you start feeling the pressure of work before you even get home? This is because we love not to live in the present. I know sometimes I wish I could just enjoy where I am instead of thinking about the next thing all the time. I'm going to give you a little trick we use in the pool to help people be present. It is to take care of your future self now. Breath is the easiest example. When someone puts their face in the water to fully learn what it feels like to have their face in the water, they must be present. In order to be present, you must take care of your future self that will need air. We could force ourselves to stay underwater for a particular amount of time, or we could give full permission to come up whenever we want and make sure it is easy, like standing. This builds trust and capacity. We can't just leave it to chance that we will get up in some fancy way to get air. We have to know for sure it's going to be easy. This allows us to be present for face in the water. So before you even go on your vacation, ask yourself, what do you need to take care of at the end of your vacation so you can be fully present during your vacation? Maybe that's coming home a day early so you will have a day to settle in back into life. Having a house cleaner come when you're on vacation, so all you have to do is take your whole suitcase down to the laundry room, pop it in while you get groceries for the week. Whatever you need to do to feel taken care of in the transition between vacation and regular life, so you can stay on vacation for the longest time possible. You also want to understand the local waters. Ask questions. Ask the locals, where do they swim? What animals are in the water? What currents and tides? Where do the kids and families like to swim? The locals want you to have a good time. Ask them where to find it. Follow your wishes and dreams, but be prepared to not do it all. Find the step that works for you. If you spend all of your time wishing and pining for something you are not ready for, that is what your whole trip is going to look like. This photo of Pat, she could have said the only way to have fun is to stand up and paddle across the lake. But she was not ready for that. Instead, she was ready to play on the board, to laugh and fall off. Maybe she will get to standing up and paddling across the lake, but more importantly, she's going to have fun on the way to doing it. You can make note of the things you missed. Give yourself permission not to do them all in this moment, so you can do other things and fully enjoy it. Like our friend who gave herself permission not to have to swim into the middle of the ocean to see the dolphins, but to do it in a way that was fun for her. After the vacation is a time for you to say, well, I did what I did and I had a great time. Now, I don't want to have to miss that other thing again. So, what would I do in the meantime to get ready to enjoy those other things as well? This is the time where you can learn new things and bring new information in and have fun. There are so many possibilities.
Thanks for listening. Are you ready to take some action? 3 ways to the freeway. Subscribe, join a free webinar, get started online where we break down the steps, making them simple, and we support you along the journey. So maybe you'll join us in Hawaii. Jump on over to orcaswimschool.com.